that KT never really had access back into it. Like, Ona being there towards that too, and it just didn't. It didn't.
Now, the Gragas here is flexible. Faker proved this.
Oh, yeah.
As he played his third and fourth professional games of Gragas in that previous series earlier this week against Liv Sandbox. So this is actually a great pick here for KT because it can be safe against anything, very blindable topside. And then if they want to play it mid, they can.
Okay.
Draven Varus, okay.
Yep, that's a choice you can make. KERIA just going to bust out the support Varus this time around. Of course, very much enjoys building lethality, and when you can build lethality, you can play it as support. Is kind of how it goes.
I really think that BDD needs to have a pick that has a lot of prio here. Is it going to be Cassante into the Gragas top? I think that Gragas is definitely going top at this point. BDD, when he doesn't have mid prio, man, this lane is going to be a disaster potentially on the bottom side.
Oh yeah, and T1 went from like, this is a really smart draft, everything is great, to we're having fun, hell yeah.
I mean, I think this draft is still really strong. I wouldn't even say it's necessarily fun. Like, this is the kind of games we've been seeing from T1 all season. It looks like it's going to be Gragas mid with the Gwen here going top side, and BD playing this Gragas into the Annie mid is going to be very challenging to get massive advantages early enough in this lane to where you can actually help out your bottom lane. So, I mean, this is just going to be Guma KERIA playground. Faker already dominated BDD when he was on the Azir. The Gragas here, which in the early game is not going to have that same sort of power or prio, will be very difficult to play out.
I think that Keen this time is going to be having a KT, you can hear the desperation in the fans' voices once again, a lot more warranted than it was in game number one. It was definitely still there then.
Halo Blades for the Varus and the barrier so that KERIA can bottom lane at level 1, as mentioned. Very difficult to play out for the Lucian Nami. Already going to be a heal. Like, you are healing to get experience.
Yeah, basically. They do have somewhat of a health advantage, as Varus played in support for the first time here. Means that he has played so far in 4 different roles.
Second there.
Well, Zeus is going to be able to find a Q, but Keen is just standing there being like, I'm Gwen. I have not been nerfed, and you have.
Yeah. Also, you know, just with how Cassante's Qs work. Okay, hold on. Faker.
Well, there is the flash immediately. Body slam flash in there as well as Faker gets taken down very low. There's the flash from Cuz, and first blood goes to KT.
Well, that's one way to get a lead in mid. You know, just an early level 3 gank from Cuz. 2 flashes for 1, but you'll take that amount of control. You get the early teleport here now from Faker. And this bottom side definitely feels a little bit more salvageable now.
Oh, it absolutely. In a team fight, and KERIA will offer less and less as the game goes on.
True.
Right? Like, he's an 80 carry that, yeah, he's got Chains of Corruption. His owner is going to find Cuz here in the jungle. He's a buy. He's very happy to take this little trade as Ward goes over, and Piercing Arrow going to connect. BD able to help get Cuz out as KERIA's just going to chase after him. Halo Blades does a heck of a lot of work, and there's the last auto. Thanks for the blue buff.
And this is such an easy call for T1 to make, to just force this, because the back timing of aiming and Lehens is telegraphed. They know they've backed. They're already looking to make a Drake play, and then this happens, right? Cuz is over here caught assist when you don't have level 6. The desk pointed this out earlier, you know. Cuz on Wukong in the previous game also just not able to help out until he had that 6 and didn't commit fully to that all-in at 10 minutes. So, I mean, now Keen is like, well, I don't know if I could be anywhere. I have to play respectfully here. It's just a really frustrating game state here now for KT. Only 2 kills, but this is what T1 does. They probably have the lowest kill to gold lead ratio in the LCK because they just win off of the map.
Oh, Ona gets over the wall, and Cuz is, yep, he's back. He's back to his position. Here we go.
What I mean by that is that they win off of objectives, and their gold leads are based more than any other team, I think, based on turrets and plates than anyone else in the LCK right now. And now they've got group up for this second Drake here.
Yeah, well, Tidal Wave is going to come forward. There's the Cyclone, lands onto both of these bottom laners. Sorry, onto Ona and onto KERIA. Culling comes through. That should be another kill as BDD picks up that one. The Draven's going to cash in, but it's a double kill here for the Gragas. He flashes away as Faker just needs a few more. Gumiushi flashes. Can he actually get it? There it is. That's a double for the Draven. Amazing here for T1. KT had the answer, but I think the cash-in's probably worth it.
The cash-in is definitely worth it, and now KERIA has an Umbral Glaive So the vision game here is going to be so much harder now on the side of KT Rollster. You can see the ideas in these compositions. You have the Tidal Wave and the Cyclone not linked up perfectly, but they still do both get...
And Ona and KERIA now waiting over to the side. They can see exactly what the health bar of this Drake is. So this steal is just so easy.
Oh man, KT, Guma could have been here. He wasn't. He backed. But you don't have any setup vision around the rest of the Drake, and you just get
they did it on vision. Yeah. Like there's actually just like there's
on the scuttle. I mean,
well, Rift Herald is going to be put down here in this mid lane. Let's just talk about something else, shall we, for a moment? As T1 they'll push into the bottom lane. This is the only really good news story solidly for KT. It's Ante things. BDD fighting against Fake. A good little belly bump gets a bit of value here as the Cyclone comes through. Cease and desist comes down. There is the Whirling Death. Gumayusi's going to get yet another one. That is a killing spree here as Ona gets over the wall. There's the flash from aiming. He wants to play this aggressively, but Ona, he's down to a sliver, but he will survive. KT, they just cannot get these little extra bits.
I mean, look at the damage here from Guma.
Oh yeah, he's real big now.
He basically 3 shots Lehens. You know, I mean, it's not quite that bad, but it's almost. There's a control ward, there's a regular ward, Vi's over the wall. They do not even know. This is just elementary steal here.
I mean, it's not even a steal. Like, actually, this is just T1's Drake. Because they can just time it.
1, 2, 3 is the call there in the comms, and this is what you do, where you time it with Varus. We've seen this team do this so many times, whether it's support or AD carry. And then this is like the Cyclone on the Gromp. Oh, such a tragedy here.
Yeah. KT not really finding any angles. And this was the draft to actually turn it around, right? This was the time. And also the early game didn't actually go that horribly, but it still spiraled out of control completely. So much of me just wants to get 3 games out of this telecom war, but it's just not looking like it's going to be possible.
And there are some, you know, if you funnel into a choke point onto Keen, you know, he's got this Rift Maker, or maybe a big cask play comes through, Cyclone on top of a Gwen. You know, I mean, there are some weird team fights that can happen even from behind where KT could now against the Gwen and having a pretty good time over there too.
Oh, well, that clone takes a bit of damage from the Whirling Death.
Yeah, they're just going to try to force this turret down with the Herald.
Oh dear, aiming's real dead. Tidal Wave does come through. Let's see whether KT have a follow-up. Bubble is decent there onto Zeus, who's tanking this one for a very long time, but he all outs. He gets over the wall, cuz can you actually kill him? The answer is no. He's going to be able to get over that wall. Keen now diving forward. Gumayusi teleport, taking some needle work as the teleport does come through from Faker, and he turns up and says, "Leave my friends alone."
Yeah, he was ready to flash ult. Yes. He was like, I'm gonna do it if you guys actually try to stick around and turn this. Again, clears vision, and I mean, it's so clean. Goodbye, Lucian. That's all your damage gone when the Gragas is on the top side. Cuz is just desperately trying to do anything to stop this push.
Well, in the meantime, Lehens is dead. Gumayusi's going to get his 4th here of this game, and that's if the back wasn't broken already. Call the ambulance.
T1 playing this second game, yeah, it's a draft that I think from the outset to some people would look at the Cassante after the nerfs and see the support Varus first and the LCK and say, well, this is kind of, you know, happy gaming from T1. I really don't think so. I think this draft is solid. They know their win conditions very well, and the fact that KERIA understands how to play the early game in this matchup so extremely well with the Halo Blades, his flash kill early on, you know, these are things that you know T1 have been practicing this. They have been scrimming this. They have prepared this, and Zeus.
He's going to face check, does just push them into the wall here and takes one of them away. He's going to choose Keen for his battle. Don't know whether you necessarily want that one. He's going to dash a whole bunch. But yeah, Keen barreled it wasn't in the correct position, but he knew that he had to make his way back out again.
Keen might pick up some bounty gold here, which would be pretty huge for KT. It's going to be a small victory, but you'll take it at this point.
Yeah, there it goes. So there it is. A little bit of money back. 5,000 gold is the lead as Faker goes golden. KERIA off to the side, finds the Chains of Corruption. Lehens, he has to flash. That is a dead monkey, a 5th one here for Gumayusi. Meanwhile, Shirley's getting charges. She's having a real good time as KERIA's flashing, just trying to get some slows so that Gumayusi can free hit. Piercing arrow not going to land there onto Lehens, who's going to have to piece out of this one. I don't think that he's going to be able to offer too much more other than fish food for T1.
Baker.
As a bear goes down, and that is a dead BDD. Another kill for Gumayusi as they are not stopping. They're just going to continue pushing forward. It's 19 minutes into the game.
It could almost end at this point here. Aiming with a rapid fire cannon available now. They are going to back away. But Baron spawns here in 1 minute time. They can try to reset for this. They have mid control. They have top control. An inhibitor is down early once again. And this is what T1 does with these massive leads. And the timing of these picks is just stellar as we're going to watch this. Chains of Corruption into the follow-up. Just an insta-dead Lehens. Then over here, you know, you definitely wanted to ult, I think, the Wukong, but, you know, tough to do in the stressful situation here for Zeus.
I mean, there were pixels on top of one another. It was a 50-50 is what it felt like.
Yeah, I think you were actually correct. That's my assessment as well. Then on the top side,
I don't know why, but they're still going to go for a Baron. Here's a teleport from KT as Cuz is going to get stunned forever and murdered. Faker's going to grab that kill. Actually, a great all-out to make sure that he just could not do anything to react. That means that this Baron is very comfortably going to go over to T1. And KT, I mean, there was nothing left in the tank. It felt like, honestly, this game was lost much earlier than this. But with the Baron now, T1 will push down on these last remaining few turrets.
Yeah, the last few inhibitors, easy to take them down. KERIA here just trying to check for vision.
Here it is, yeah.
Is picked. And, I mean, he has Umberglaive. He wants to be doing stuff like this as part of his job, is to find out where those flank angles are. And KT, despite the lack of a support here, just can't actually fight this. They hold the Baron so that, you know, there's no 50-50 here. Then focus down the jungler. It's an easy cleanup from there. They have the numbers advantage. They have the wallets. It's as, I can't believe they're doing it to him right now.
Yeah.
The drafting in this second game in particular, also a little bit sus as owner.
Yeah, the culling's going to come through. That is a two-man Tibbers, though. Tidal Wave comes down just to try and split this fight up. As KT underneath the turret now. They don't lose anyone, but they still don't have very much control. BDD looking for it. Does manage to bring in the Draven right into the bubble. That's the cash-in. Well, I mean, the cash-in on the other side, right? For Keen this time, but T1 still have a lot of damage available. It's not Zeus, as he's going to push BDD back in. All right, kind of love it.
They don't need an AD carry, they got a spare! They got a spare!
Exactly! They do need an AD carry, Wolf, but they still have one, it's fine.
They got a spare, it's not fair!
Oh,
it's not fair, Atlas!
Lehens is going to get punched by the Vi here. And Zeus will help take down this Nexus turret. The wallets are so heavy, it's obscene. And yeah, Gumayusi dies. It's his first death of the game. And the Nexus will be the next to fall. 24 minutes, man. An absolute shellacking as, the inhibitors respawn, guys. It's just like Worlds.
Except not in any way.
Completely different.
All right, let's see. Where's the angle here? Keen can TP.
All right.
He's going to go onto the Baron pit.
Yeah, this is BDD making his way in. Cuz just trying to keep tabs on everyone.
It doesn't actually
KERIA is dead, yeah. But that means that the rest of them do make it out alive.
Zeus is going to get out of here. Owner's going to get out of here. This inhibitor turret actually survives. Bot inhibitor didn't go down, and top inhibitor, as you mentioned.
And now they have. It's 4 items now complete for Gumayusi. We've got like a few extra ones being picked up here by the rest of the team. Faker's been sitting on that Rabadons for quite some time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean...
BDD, he doesn't have flash. You know, if he has flash, maybe you can make that heroic play one more time.
And it's like almost all of the gold lead is in this bottom lane. It's actually insane the amount of value that they've got as KERIA is going to get the Chains of Corruption onto Cuz, and he's going to go down. Owner goes gold in there as well to avoid the culling damage. And now there is no real form of engage here for KT outside of he's throwing a Hail Mary.
Yeah, he's holding that cast. Like, he really wants to do it so badly, but he can't get into range. And there's no Nexus turrets here.
Aiming just dives into the backline, executes KERIA. That was kind of sick. I don't know whether it's going to mean too much, as there it is. All right. Zeus going to be booped in. He's like real tanky right now, though, as he does manage to find that Q. Beautifully done. Keen, not immune enough. And Tibbers is chasing them into the fountain. Leave them alone, Tibbers. They've been through so much already. His owner is just going to find BDD and take him down. T1 are going to look for the last remaining few kills. As, yep. There is Gumayusi flashing onto the fountain, and that might be enough as get revenge for KERIA, and then call it a day. Nexus goes down 2-0 for T1.
It's been a while since we've seen T1 2-0 a telecom war. The last few have been very close. We've had some heroics from aiming. Everyone remembers that AP Kaisa series, but this time T1, it's all business. Even in game 2, where there was a little bit of fun times to be had with the lead they had. They come in, and Bengi said before this, you know, this is so important to our organization to win the telecom war. An ex-T1 player who's lived through those telecom wars in the past, and you know, T1 coming to this one with very serious